Glad you could join us for part 2 in our Shango Storm series, exposing all them white lies being sold by black spies to keep you confused and distracted when what you already know in your heart must be done. Our first segment clearly defined the problem and proved that it's been a race war from the door, that it's time for the first race to place race first and stop trying to understand, excuse, or fix these melanin recessive degenerative mutates, because cancer can only do what cancer does. That's right, attack healthy cells. And they won't stop until we stop them. Can't live with cancer, period. No ifs, ands, or debates. So if you haven't seen it, please visit my videos, YouTube user Shango Storms, or racefirst.com. Please stay tuned for upcoming broadcasts, because I promise you, this revolution has a resolution. And when a man realizes that another man, a madman, has the ability to kill his children for no cause, and does so more and more often just because, showing his intention to remove your entire race from the planet with random precision, everything, and I mean everything else, becomes secondary to matching, neutralizing, and then destroying that ability. With his woman fighting beside him, to guarantee it is the madman who gets exterminated. You lose interest in all previous pastimes, distractions, and activities that don't build, educate, strengthen, or prepare the race. You got no time for high-priced slaves playing ball games for the cracker, or who's beefing with who to help our enemies keep their prisons full with hijacked so-called rap music. You realize love ain't got nothing to do with hip-hop, and real wives ain't on TV. You trade in party and bullshit for organized and weaponized. No more marching and protest when we are murdered, begging for justice from the system built on our destruction and maintained by our suffering, because no sane mind would expect or allow the person who shot them to work on their wounds. No, we move out instinctively, silently, and immediately to punish them and or their children. You lose that delusion of inclusion you used to fool yourself into voting every election for the latest liar promising change, knowing that change always means new ways for us to go to jail. You wake up from the childish fantasy that the people who committed the worst atrocities imaginable to acquire their power would risk it to a vote. Even if they put a black face on white power, a clerk can only follow the company business plan. Silly Negro, the Democrat and Republican Party is just that, a party for them. The longest running good cop, bad cop kind game in history. Fixed more than professional wrestling. The whole election process is just a grand theater show production to give powerless people the hope they have some say in their lives. Grow up. You can't vote your children safe. You'll never get free that way. Yeah, as ridiculous as it sounds, and is, I know there are still some sellout Negroes claiming to find protection in the law, and some super sellout Negroes who claim to be able to beat the man with his own laws, studying them. But they are just lazy cowards that don't want to be free or be able to protect all them babies they're trying to have with all them wives they're trying to collect. Because even if there was a magic law that could halt this white vampire in his murderous tracks from burning babies around the globe and waging war against plant life, animal life, the elements, and Mother Earth herself, a man doesn't leave his children's lives in the hands of rabid dogs and hope they will not do what mad dogs do. And no, black capitalism is not going to beat white capitalism, primarily because there's no such thing as capitalism. There's only been gangsterism. As Dr. Clark taught you, you can't win a race pushing your enemy ahead of you in a wheelbarrow. Do you think you could gain power with their money when they print more money whenever they like? When they kill anyone who turns down their money? Get Cosby? Can Oprah? Nah, our situation has become too critical for individual entrepreneurship to do us any good. It seems like the more millionaires we get, the harder it gets for the rest. Buying black and support black businesses sounds good and worked after the Civil War, but now it's only a band-aid distraction from what must be done. Helping each other buy bigger TVs is not the answer. That brings us to the solution. Isn't it time we grew our own food, ran our own schools, made our own clothes, employed our own people, using our own labor as our own currency among our own selves? But all of it must be owned by all of us. The only choice we have now is to pool what pennies we can get our hands on into one pot to acquire what we need to produce what we consume, concentrating first on supplying our basic needs. We have enough in our neighborhoods to turn them into communities overnight without Mike or Oprah. Why else would other people travel thousands of miles to set up businesses in our neighborhoods to build the life for their family by poisoning and exploiting ours? We're asking each family to commit $50 a month to secure and activate totally self-sufficient black comeback centers wherever we are, establishing the businesses we need ourselves with the money we're now paying Comcast to poison our children's mind. That's right, only half a pair of Nikes can guarantee a future for your children free from violence, poverty, and prison. They're all playing organized group economic warfare against us, and this is the only way to overcome their advantage. Get back in the game and win. We have studied these people and our situation thoroughly, and I guarantee you we know how to win. We've acquired our first black comeback center with over 120,000 square feet of potential self-sufficiency production from a very well thought out program addressing the short and long-term needs of our people that begins with getting strong enough to take care of ourselves. Imagine how far we can get and how fast we can get there with just 1,000 families committing $50 a month. Now imagine just 1,000 in every major city. We are millions here. Our situation changes overnight. We have a GoFundMe page, Black Comeback Center, CTR, PayPal donations at shangostorms@yahoo.com, or you can call 720-RACE-FIRST. That's 720-722-3178 for more info. Or stay tuned at racefirst.com. Each Black Comeback Center will serve as a production and distribution hub, serving the entire region while manufacturing some products for national black consumption. With all the comeback centers housing trade and technology schools, food production and distribution centers, media production facilities, alternative energy development. Because in today's world, with all this talk of sovereignty to us is being free from the electric bill, from the gas bill. This is just an overview, and we expect and appreciate your comments, questions, and input. But unless your response is a better plan that we can adopt and support, we expect all of you to respond with all that you can. It's put up or shut up time. No government or outsider aid. So everyone claiming love for the race must commit more than a few hours and more than a few dollars. And definitely more than lip service. This is the fight you've been waiting for, what your whole life has prepared you for. So bring your vision, skills, family, and resources, and let's show them what a dedicated few can do.